Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, it is finally time to rank every hero from worst to best. I want to give a big shout out to the pros appearing on your screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to never miss out on my Clash Mini monthly tier list to know which heroes are the best to use. And let's jump into the rankings. Starting at the bottom, we have a hero that hasn't moved a spot since the last update, since the last set of balance changes. Natureborn is the worst hero in the meta according to pros. Yes, she can still transform from a tank to a support hero, but the thing is, whatever option you choose, Natureborn is going to be a worse version than, let's say, a Shield Maiden or a Barbarian King as a tank. Or if you look at support troops, you got Archer Queen, you got Royal Champion that have that extra punch. Ever since her release, Natureborn has never seen the spotlight in the meta. So let's see what Clash Mini does in the next set of balance changes to bring her some love. Now moving on into the D tier, we have the Shield Maiden. Now she isn't the powerhouse she used to be, especially because every mini has seen their base stats nearly double, and the only thing that didn't catch up was the healing ranger. Yes, if you upgrade her 1 star, she does heal for 12, and the battle healer also provides a very nice healing option. But the thing is, we're not in a healing meta anymore. With the no movement being introduced, her Clash ability really isn't as strong as it used to be, and the healing options that support the Shield Maiden also have been weakened for sure. Battle healer used to be such a scary powerhouse to deal with, and now I would say she's way more balanced, which is a good thing, but not for the Shield Maiden player that are going to be definitely struggling in this meta. Can't forget about all the stun, all the control effects that the Shield Maiden really struggles against, and you really have a recipe for disaster when it comes to Shield Maiden players. Now, along with the Shield Maiden, we have the Royal Champion. Now, RC Clash, I would argue that RC Clash is a very fun deck to use, and she can also really snowball and catch her opponent off guard. Why is the Royal Champion still in the lower tiers of this ranking? It's because of her lack of survivability. They don't really have a great way to survive, meaning, for example, if you take a look at the Archer Queen, as soon as her health reaches a certain critical point, she pops her invisibility. Natureborn, Royal Champion, they don't have that. And that is really a significant factor when it comes to their overall survivability. Now moving into the C tier, we have the Monk. You know, with the no movement first being introduced, everybody got scared away by the Monk, but we've seen him creep slowly into the meta, because if you build a deck around the Monk which slows down the enemy's troops, the Monk could probably one-tap the Royal Ghost, which is probably one of the best feelings in the game right now. And that is why Monk is in the C tier. He's a great answer to Royal Ghost if you can get that stun, and he also has decent survivability. He one-taps any hero and he gets that plus 10 health, which can really go a long way into surviving and bullying your opponent in the game. Joining him in the C tier, we have everybody's favorite hero to go up against. It's the Skeleton King, which is going to be joining the Monk here. In the early season, Skeleton King Ghost was everywhere. Everybody was using that combo with Skeleton King Ghost, and you would play a troop at the back. But then slowly people have started catching on and finding ways to counter that. We've seen the Archer Queen Magic Archer Giant Skeleton deck pop up. We've also seen another variation, which is way better. It's going to be the Warden Ghost combo, which gives that Gorilla Ghost even more shield, even more hit speed. So Skeleton King, definitely a strong option early season, but then as people started to understand how to play against him, he fell out. And this is why he's not as high as I would have thought he would be. Moving in to the B tier, we have A hero that, honestly, I thought was heavily nerfed. It would have been probably one of the worst in the game. It's going to be the Barbarian King. Barbarian King has seen his invincibility being cut down in, what, half, I think? Something like that. So I was like, with his invincibility being cut down in half, this really significantly impacted his survivability in the game. But the thing is, the damage boost that he gives out to every enemy, where he multiplies damage by 2, really goes a long way. Because before, you know, a troop that would do 2, 3 damage, they would only do 1 more, so 3 or 4. But now it's doubled, which means Barbarian King has an amazing synergy with troops like the Magic Archer, like the Dark Goblin, and that is why Barbarian King is going to be in the B tier. Joining him in the B tier, we have the Countess. A great, I think one of these heroes that made a great comeback in the meta is going to be the Countess, with the main combo, the main strategy around the Countess being, you gotta place that Mega Knight, you gotta place some troops to stun, some control effect to really put pressure on your enemies and let your Countess backstab, let your Countess get value as kills go, as rounds go by. And that is going to be why Countess is going to be a strong force in this meta. Now moving into the A tier, we're talking about probably one of the best heroes in the game at the moment. It's going to be the Wave Master. Now why is Wave Master super strong? It's because his clash ability really received a lot of love. Because any troops that get launched, they get energy and then they get shield, which is incredibly strong paired up with the swordsman. You could also, a very strong play would be to throw the Royal Ghost so that you could be able to catch that Magic Archer. You could be able to catch those support troops that are insanely broken, left unattended. And I've also seen recently Wave Master being paired up with the Mega Knight. Instantly, you throw that Mega Knight over, the whole board gets stuns instantly, and your opponent kind of left struggling as the healing ranger. Not really too dominant in this meta, which is why Wave Master is going to be the first hero in the A tier. Joining him in the A tier, we've got, of course, the Archer Queen. Also a hero that I did not expect to creep its way into the meta. She pairs insanely well with the Magic Archer. Magic Archer, Archer Queen, a very, very scary combo to deal with. And really, when you look at the Magic Archer's health and the damage, this guy can one-tap anything if it gets too close to him. And you add on top of that the fact that the Archer Queen invisibility can double the damage. Oof, it's a very, very deadly combo. And it's also one of those support heroes that has insane survivability. That invisibility really coming in clutch every time she pops her invisibility cloak, protecting any troops surrounding her. And that is why Archer Queen is going to be the second hero in the A tier. Now for the S tier. Yes, I've probably seen it everywhere. It's going to be the Grand Warden, who is going to be the best hero in this meta. Now, why is the Grand Warden so strong? Despite his lack of damage, despite his lack of base damage, which is 1, he puts out so much shield, and every time a shield pops, it's 1 more damage, which means at some point my Grand Warden could do 6, 7, or 8 damage in some extremely rare scenarios, which is insanely strong. You add on top of that the fact that every mini that receives the shield has a hit speed boost, has a plus 10 HP boost. And that's a recipe for disaster when you're talking about troops like the Royal Ghost, like the Magic Archer, like the Dark Goblin, which synergizes extremely well with the Grand Warden. He's insanely strong early and late game, really can put a lot of pressure with the shield. And if you pair him up with the Royal Ghost, with the Valkyrie, it's absolutely just a very, very scary combo to deal with. And let's not forget the fact that every time a shield pops, It gives damage to the Grand Warden. Let's not forget the fact that yes, after the shield breaks, it gives +1 damage to the Grand Warden, but it also deals damage. When the shield pops, it's like a mini giant skeleton bomb. So when you add on top of that the fact that there could be 5 or 6 troops on the board that have shield, that are going to have a hit speed boost, a health boost, and damage dealt as soon as the shield pops, his kit just seems to overwhelm every hero in the meta, and that is why he is the best hero in the game. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in till the end. You guys really mean a lot. Hope you enjoyed. You know, these monthly rankings, these monthly hero tier lists are really a nice way to really see the meta. See which heroes are the best, which combos are the best, and this will then guide you into the battle by choosing wisely which hero is the best and which hero is going to allow me to step up and to get those trophies. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video. Later, fellas.